why the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So most employees, right around the January and early spring, start looking for new opportunities. Mainly because there are usually more opportunities starting after the beginning of the year for job changes. And there's a lot that goes into why an employee wants to go for a new job. But at the root of it, they're hoping for a greener pasture. That's right. They're hoping that this next endeavor is actually going to make them feel more fulfilled. They might be more engaged into this new opportunity. They may think that the leadership is different at this other organization. The problem is they typically get motivated by more pay, more vacation, a cool job title, and it looks attractive. Where they don't go and look into what's the company culture? What are other people saying about this organization? Does it make sense to go there? They don't do their due diligence because they just want out of the current environment they're in because, let's be honest, no organization's perfect. And they see some of these weeds all over the place and they think that the other place on the other side of the fence is going to be weed-free. The problem is they're going to enjoy about 3 to 6 months of pain as they get onboarded into the new job. That's right, they're not going to pick it up right away. It's going to take them some time, and they're going to have to go through some hardships. They forget about that. I forgot about that when I started new opportunities in my career. So we need to make sure as employees what we're doing, and we want to make sure at the very beginning we're laying out a solid foundation where we need to do a little bit more investigating, and we need to also look at our current situation to see if we might be the problem. Now, most of the time the employee is not the problem, but they don't align with the corporate culture. So they're not doing this, or kind of like they're just not working. And so we need to make sure that we take a hard look at ourselves before we go jump into another opportunity. Because nobody wants to get on that carousel and end up in the same spot. Because that's what happens when you get on a carousel. You just keep going around in circle and you end up in the same spot. You've gone nowhere. Just like a rocking chair. Something to do, but you're not going anywhere with it. We need to make sure that we do our due diligence and look into the corporate culture. When we're interviewing, we need to be looking at it not as just how am I the best person for that job, but does that organization work for us? Otherwise, we're going to be looking for another job in the next year. And a lot of people have actually gone and done that. They've had so many jobs where they have resumes that are 2 and 3 pages deep. They've only been in the workforce for maybe 5 to 7 years. A lot of organizations look at that and go, that's a red flag. So we need to make sure that we're aligning in those cultures and doing our due diligence by asking the right kind of questions. What are our values? Do our values align with their values? What is the leader like? Can you sit with the leader? Can you go have lunch with that person? Can you spend time outside the office? Because a lot of time it's rapid fire questions within an hour, and then you're off thinking, oh wait, I didn't get that answered. And then here's the other funny thing. Just like in sales, when you accept that job opportunity, sometimes you get buyer's remorse. Did I make the right decision? Is this going to work out? How is this going to work for me? And sometimes it doesn't. I've seen people leave an organization and return to it within a year and a half because they thought the other opportunity had a better, greener pasture. So what we need to be doing is focus in on the things that are really valuable to us, what we're missing at the current place, go through and look at a pros and cons list too. So that way we make sure we're making the best decision and maybe bounce it off some other people before we just go jump into another job. And yes, a higher paid paycheck is great, but if you're working more hours, you're actually losing money. Okay? So just because there's another opportunity out there doesn't mean it's the one for you. Now, if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. If this video was helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send to somebody you think it might benefit, because that's why I do these videos, to help you.